Hello, everyone. Myself and Owen Quinn are back, and this week we're talking about a movie Owen recommended to me called Monster Squad. How are you this week, Owen?
Grand, grand, still resting up on my leg, but getting bits and pieces done. Even though I
Good.
miss I miss sitting out, walking out in the sunshine. But Muster's a great master show, and I'm saving it all up for when it's healed. I can go back to normal then.
Good, good. How long do you have to take it easy for?
You know what? It's one of them things. There's no actual time scale for.
Yeah.
So it could be 8 weeks, could be 12 weeks, could be 16 weeks. So doing good so far. So hopefully we'll be up and running sooner than I thought.
Well, fingers crossed.
Still
People.
going to Dublin Comic Con, like.
Nice. What date is that
I've
again?
never. That's the 9th and 10th of August. So I might actually bring the wheelchair
Right.
and sort of trundle about
Yeah, why not?
and get the people. So might as well.
Make it easy for yourself.
Oh, I
Right. So, Monster Squad. I had never
Monster
seen
Squad.
this.
I
This is.
can't believe it. I think everybody should see this.
I was
But
surprised
I
I
did
haven't
it.
seen it before.
Yeah, I did uncover some little facts
You know?
which might explain that, but
Oh yeah.
not about you, like, but
I'm like, what did he
what
find
you
out
didn't
about me?
see when you never went up in 1985. Um, yeah, I think it was kind of eclipsed by the Goonies,
Was
even though
this?
it was 2 years previous.
Oh, this was
I
before the Goonies, was it?
No, this was after the
Yeah,
Goonies,
yeah, yeah.
two
That's what I
years
thought.
afterwards. But there was a problem with the usual. Do you know what I see when you watch a good show and suddenly it's cancelled? You know it's down to the management or finances and all that other palaver.
Yeah,
So it doesn't get the exposure it should. So
yeah.
Monster Squad is actually one of those because it was pulled after 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and did very poor in the box office. But there was no backing behind it. There was no pushing it out. And the bottom line, it's now like the thing, John Carpenter's thing, and They Live. It's got its life in VHS distribution back in the day.
Mm,
Most people probably know what a video is, but in 21st century terms, it's big on Blu-ray is
yeah.
where it found its life and found its audience. But
Just one second.
that's how many times have we heard?
All right, sorry about that, folks. We had to pause for a second. There was some kind of technical hiccup. I think it's okay now. We'll see how we go. We might have to pause again if it happens again, but it's looking good now. But here we are. Technology, huh?
Skynet.
There you
Just
go.
saying.
Yeah, yeah. It's taken over. So far, so good. It's looking like the issue's been fixed, but we will crack on. Right, so I really like there's a opening bit in the movie where you see Dracula's transformation from a bat to a man, and you see his hand. I really like how that's shot. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the
Uh,
opening's really gothic, but it's very. It's like I felt the whole thing's like a homage to all the. It really is a love letter to the Universal monsters and everything that you know about them. And this opening scene with the candle in the hand and the spooky corridors and the castle is just classic. The one that comes to mind is I nearly said Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. It's not. It's the. It's yeah, that'd have been a good film, wouldn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Hard Kale, Doris Day as vampires, was the Curse of the Seven Golden Vampires.
Ah,
Peter
okay.
Cushing. That's kind of reminiscent of the opening of the castles and everything, but it is you just know from the start that Fred Decker knows this is his love letter, so he's going to cram everything in it
Yeah,
to please the fans.
yeah. It's got a cool vibe. The whole opening
Mm.
bit, where they're trying to stop Dracula. So, what is this movie all about? Well, Dracula. Well, I was gonna say modern day, but it's set in the 80s, 70s,
80,
80s, 80s, isn't it?
80,
Yeah, yeah,
85.
85.
Well, it was released in 85.
Yeah, and it does feel very much like a sort of answer to the Goonies, isn't it? That sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a common thing that people think this is sort of like. Oh, somebody says a sequel to the Goonies. No, it wasn't.
No.
But it does have a lot of similarities. Well, obviously the kids
Mm.
sort of coming together against a big villain. You've got the little girl Phoebe who copies. I think that's a nod at later on in the film. Who goes, "You guys." So that's a sloth
Uh-huh.
homage. But the mother, Sean and Phoebe's mother, was actually the mother of Sean Astin in the Goonies.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice little thing. Yeah, so we have Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, the Mummy, and Gilman, I think to call him in it. Is that right?
Yeah.
And
I love Creature from the Black Lagoon. It sounds scary.
yeah, it sounds scarier than Gilman, I have to say. But
Although I have to say, somebody see, I always call him Frankenstein, and then certain people always go, "It's Frankenstein's monster." I says, "Well, to me, it's Frankenstein."
yeah, they even call him that
So
in this. They call him Frank
yeah,
as well.
Frankie. You know what I mean?
um,
Might not turn up at your door, but there was copyright issues with that, so Frankenstein nearly wasn't in it,
oh
and
yeah,
that's the reason. Yeah, it's the reason. And in the Boris Karloff one, he has the bolts on his neck. In this one, he's got the bolts on his forehead, or no, on his
ah,
temples either side. So he nearly wasn't in it. And
right,
the guy that plays him, Tom Noonan, has been in everything, and was in the X Files episode called Paper Hearts as a really scary serial killer. But
yeah,
he's also played some nice people too. But that when I seen him, I went, "That's your man out of X Files."
yeah. Is
But
that your
yeah,
man from RoboCop too?
who that Tom?
Tom
I think
Noonan.
it is.
He plays Kane
I
in
think
RoboCop too. Am I right? I think so.
uh,
We'll find out. I didn't get the cast list up this week.
Billy Earl, I type numbers
They're called letters for one. um, you typing in Tom
here.
Noonan?
Tom Noonan and Wikipedia, which is always never wrong.
Never, never
Actually,
once.
I noticed something wrong in that the other night, and I was going, "Oh, I did. People are right. That really is." What the call? Oh, it was RoboCop 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was Kane and
yeah,
Robo Kane. Oh,
the-
he was the bad guy. That's how he got the brain and all.
yeah.
That's right.
That's where I know him from.
Yeah. See, I'm a huge X Files fan.
There you go.
Been binging on it the last couple of weeks since I've been laid up. So,
Yeah.
but I remember him from the first time round, if you know what I mean,
Mm,
from the original transmission. But
yeah.
but he's really good. He's
Um.
really good. This is
Yeah.
actually a good wee role for him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's good in this. So these group of monsters are in the modern day in the 80s, and they wanna take over, and standing in their way is none other than the Monster Squad.
Their squad.
And first of all, their clubhouse looks awesome. Like the outside shot of it looks really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I never had a treehouse. Do you have a treehouse?
never. I don't think I. No, I don't think I
I
had a
don't even
tree.
have a tree. Now I'm actually hanging out, so I could hardly have a tree house without a tree. But yeah, no, we never had that.
It looks fun. I
But
would have
theirs was
loved it. I would have
awesome.
loved a tree house.
Do you know what I seen the other day? Also had a tree house was the remake of Salem's Lot,
Ah,
and the wee kid, the hero kid Mark, was chased up into his tree house by the vampire kids, and they were swarming all around. It was freaky, a
yeah.
freaky thing. The rest of the thing wasn't freaky, but I think that the tree house thing was like, oh, that's not a
Mm,
good place to be trapped.
no. So the Monster Squad they're bringing in a new recruit called Rudy, and Rudy is a bit of a badass. He stops one of the kids earlier from being bullied.
Mm,
They call him Fat Kid, the other guy, and Rudy deals with the bullies, and he's a pretty fun character. I like him. So
really, yeah.
so he's in the treehouse, and they're quizzing him on monsters. So they want to see how good is his monster knowledge. And I love the way that they're all their knowledge is from just various media like movies and comics and books and stuff,
Yeah,
and they use that to fight the
like
monsters.
us,
Sorry.
like us.
Oh.
That's where you get it from. Well, from Hollywood, and then as you find out in Demeter, they weren't exactly right.
Mm. So Sean is the leader of the club, and it's Sean that susses that he thinks there might be real monsters around. He has Van Helsing's diary,
Mm.
um, which Dracula wants, and so Dracula tells Frankenstein to go get the diary off the kids and kill if necessary. So Dracula, he means business. He's a serious
He
dude.
does. Well, even at the start, when we're talking about it's the modern era, as we were talking about remember you asked about why if he didn't open the box, would he not burn in the sunlight
Yeah,
in the meter?
yeah,
This time he just drives up in a massive car with the silver skull thing, and he stands there. I think he stands over the town and goes, "Let it begin," and then Frankenstein's being transported a la Dracula in Demeter in an airplane in a cargo plane. Um, and he's dropped into the swamp where he's found by the creature from the Black Lagoon, Gilman.
hmm,
Um, so it's like the mummy's just turned up in the museum for an exhibit. So it's like they're all being pulled together
yeah,
under Dracula's direction, and it's fun.
yeah,
There's no hanging about, and it's not drawn out.
yeah,
They've got the monsters, and so it's not one of those things where the Mr. Spock will come in a two-part episode, but it only appear in 10 seconds with the first one.
yeah.
It's like full on. The gang's all here, and you're just going, "This is awesome."
It's really fun seeing all these monsters on screen together, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And Dracula's so articulate, and he's the classic, um, he's the classic cloak and the shirt and everything, just as every Hammer horror film has him.
Yeah,
So it's really, really the Gilman's updated, which was cool. It's a lovely update from the creature from Black Lagoon.
yeah,
But as I said about Frankenstein and this thing, but everything and the werewolf, even though do you remember us talking before about Silver Bullet? And I said the werewolves are not really villains, they're victims
yeah,
because they don't really want to. And that's played into it here. And it's like, yeah, the werewolf doesn't want to be a werewolf, but once he becomes a wolf, he's fully under Dracula's control.
yeah,
Because Dracula has to drug him and stuff. But I think this that I'm seeing where they all come together is just awesome.
yeah, yeah,
We go there, right? Let's go.
yeah,
Because we've got this the bit at the start where we see Van Helsing reciting this book, a young girl reciting the pages from a book to open a magic amulet so it can open a way into limbo. But it's designed to get rid of Dracula, but it sort of backfires and we don't see what happens. All we know is it was a massive vortex opened into hell because the floor and everything came up and all these dead bodies came out of the floor at Van Helsing and his troops. But we don't know what happened. We all just know that it was this magic amulet and a limbo and Dracula was there and that was it.
yeah. I
So
mean,
it's
there's a few questions you
the,
might have about the plot, but we'll get to it.
yeah.
So yeah, Frankenstein shows up to get the diary off the kids, and let me see. Oh yes, so the they need to find the amulet before Dracula does. That's basically what they're all kind of fighting for. Is the monsters want the
Mhm.
amulet, the monster squad wants the amulet, and
Problem.
so
But the problem is
Frankenstein
the
shows
book
up
is
in
written in
yeah,
sorry, the book's written in German, which is the
yes,
problem.
which will be a plot point later on. So
Yeah.
when Frankenstein shows up, he shows up in broad daylight to the kids' place, and they're all obviously really frightened. And I love this bit where the little girl, the daughter, who's not allowed in the Monster Squad because it says no
Maybe.
girl, Phoebe, yeah, because there's no kids allowed, or sorry, no
Yeah.
girls allowed, which is just not fair, man. Um,
No, it's not. Phoebe's so cute.
oh, she's great in it. This line made me laugh. So they're
She's
all
awesome.
she made friends with Frankenstein, and she brings them over, and she's like, "Don't
Yeah, and that was
hold
a
on a
nice
second."
again.
She goes, "Don't be chicken shit" to the
Yeah,
lads.
yeah. But that was a nice throwback to the scene in the original Frankenstein where he meets the little girl at the edge of the lake, no, before he kills her.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah,
sort of like,
that's yeah.
ooh.
So like,
But again, that's nice.
if you're
That's a
aware,
nice homage.
yeah, if you're aware of the Frankenstein story, you might be like, "Uh oh."
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
And the
she make
dog. But don't let me not forget the dog. The
yeah.
dog's quite funny too.
Well, um, so so that kind of clues them in that monsters are real and they're about, and they're like, this is definitely a thing that's happening. I love this. One of the kids writes a note. It's so there's this kind of like montage of the monster squad kind of preparing to fight the evil monsters. And one of the kids writes a note. He goes, "Dear army guys, come. I think there are monsters."
Yeah, Eugene. You
Dear.
know, Eugene and Phoebe are my two favorite characters out of that, out of
Oh,
the kids.
probably yeah.
Do you know? And here's a nice bit of trivia. Do you know who Eugene is?
No.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Married with Children?
Yeah. It's Bud, is it?
Yeah, that's Bud.
Is it? No
David,
way.
yeah, David Faustino.
Ah, I
And for
never.
years, I watched that, and I went, I know that child's face, but I could never figure it out. And I said, you know what? It really would be helpful. Let's Google it.
Yeah.
And I went, it's we Eugene from Monster Squad. Eugene's just so innocent and so lovable. Like
Yeah.
when he calls us down into the bedroom, and the mummy's in the cupboard, and he goes, "Oh," and
Yeah.
then
I was wondering, like, why was the mummy hanging around in the
I
closet?
know. I think that doesn't even make sense, but who cares? I think in this film, it's fun. And then I can't remember what he called the creature from the Black Lagoon when he dropped his Twinkie into the lake. It, something at my Twinkie, something
Oh
like that.
yeah, monster ate my Twinkie or something.
Monster, but there's so many good lines in this as
Oh,
well.
there's some, and I think I think the best part about the movie is the characters and just the funny dialogue.
Yeah,
Like some of the
Forrest is
dialogue's really fun. Like there's some lines that really made me laugh.
yeah.
But
Forrest is the fat kid, and then you've got the other wee man, who's the
hmm,
funny one who has the sister who may or may not be a virgin. I can't remember his name.
hmm, Rudy.
I can't remember. No, it's not Rudy. Rudy is got the hat for it. You mean man's sister with the black hair?
Oh, I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Them two are very good, I think,
Yep.
and he's very good. Tell me this: what do you think of Sean?
It's all right.
I would have grabbed him by the throat and threw him out of the treehouse. See the way he spoke to them?
But like he's asserting himself as the
It,
leader.
yeah, but see any other leader in any other film that had got on like that? For example, Day of the Dead, where the big army guy was like throwing his weight, was really rude to people, end
Yeah.
up getting eaten by the zombies. So I know it was only last night, and I actually remember going, I remember this from years. I never liked him the first time round. I saw his the way he speaks to people, and even his sister, and even though, and I
Oh,
just thought,
he's a real shit to his sister.
oh, he's a real shit, but he's even real shit to Horace. And listen up, you guys. This is running
Yeah.
out. Nah,
Yeah.
fuck off. Throw him out that bloody light or treehouse or whatever it is.
Lighthouse.
I thought,
That
no,
would be a bit
lighthouse.
different.
Yeah. I just thought he wasn't likable. Out of them all, he just wasn't the likable one.
Yeah, yeah.
Even
I
with
can see
even with
that.
and yeah, and he can sort of like, oh, but his mummy and dad are going through things, and but no, it doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You want to be a leader, you have to be a leader. But
Yeah.
he's just a very uncomfortable character for me.
Yeah. I just on that as you were talking about the mom and dad, I felt like that didn't really go anywhere interesting. And
No, it's very lightweight,
yeah, it's
isn't it?
like yeah, a lot of stuff in here. There's like threads that could lead somewhere, but don't
Mm,
really. So it's all kind of very thin. And also because I think the acting is quite good, and I think some of the drama is quite good. Um,
yeah,
and some of the scenes, like so, a lot of the scenes feel like it's very much a kids film, but then there's other scenes that feel like it's very much not, and it's a
yeah,
weird blend. So like even one where so the Wolfman escapes Dracula, and oh, even before that, when he's in the police station and he wants them to lock him up because he knows he's going to transform into a werewolf. He's like, lock me up, and they end up shooting him.
mm.
Like some scenes like that are pretty intense.
There is. There's a darkness under this, which I think I'm glad they didn't go into it that much because it says so much more by not getting into it. If you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
For example, they need that book translate. Well, actually, see the father, Stephen Mack.
mm.
If I pronounced that right, he was actually up for the lead of Captain Sisko in Star Trek: Deep Space Nine, and he
Oh,
appeared
wow.
in a few episodes in a three-parter.
Right.
But he's very big. These are for some big names here in the cast. But I think him and the wife did a really good job, knowing they're arguing and being showing what a troubled couple is, and being a weary cop as well.
Mm.
And then I think that tied in well for what comes later on when it has to fight for his family.
Yeah.
But even when they need obviously the scary German guy, who again was a very big name, Leonardo Semino. He's dead now, but he was also in V. Do
Hmm.
you remember V?
Everyone
With the
seems to have
lizard
been
thing.
in V.
I know, don't they? But he was also Jewish, and the whole allegory of V was the Nazis, and he was a Jewish man. And this scene where the kids realize he's not a bad person, they get tea and pie, and it's great crack, and he translates it for them.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Oh, you must know a lot about monsters." And he goes, "Now that you mention it, I think I do." And you
Yes.
just see the shot of the tattoo
Yeah.
on his arm from the concentration camp.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? That spoke volumes rather than get into a whole thing
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
What I think is nice. You're sort of, in ways, there's probably some things you would like to see a bit darker, but at the
Yeah.
same time, this is for fun, and the kids
Yeah.
are scared, and the kids watching the kids will also be scared, but they're relying on those kids to beat the bad guys and
Yeah.
keep the nightmares away
Yeah.
as an audience. So I think that it does. It is light, it is thin, but it works.
Hmm.
I think it does work, and thank
Right.
God they didn't remake it
Yeah.
because that was on the cards.
I mean, there's stuff there if you did remake it, you could elaborate on, like the
Mm,
parent relationship and making that resolve in a more interesting way. And there are things there you could, but you could see it going horribly wrong as well.
yeah, yeah. You don't want to go too much into the I can't even think of the word. Not melodrama.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah,
And
do you
this
know what I
film,
mean?
it's like it could have easily been edited down to be very much kid friendly, but they do push it a
Yeah,
bit, which I like.
yeah,
The
yeah. Definitely. Werewolf being one of them, as you said.
oh, I can't, yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, another bit with the werewolf that I thought was quite cool. But right, so the
Mm,
monster squad show up to the location of the amulet, and Frankenstein gets crushed by a bit of fallen debris, so he's out of commission for a while. And then we get an encounter with the Wolfman, and they kick him in the balls, and then we get that
uh-huh.
famous line, "Wolfman's got nards."
Not Nards.
That was so funny.
That's the only place I've ever heard Nards, your balls being referred
I
to as
never
Nards.
heard it before or since
Or it went
this
down in
movie.
history. It went
Um,
down in
but
history. That's awesome.
I was familiar with that line before I was even familiar with the movie. I knew the line, but I had no idea what it was from.
Yeah. Now you
Um,
know.
there you go.
There you go. Wolfman's got Nards.
And then
But the reason the house falls on track on Frankenstein is because Dracula's found the amulet underneath the house on Shadowbrook Road. Um, and it's surrounded by crucifixes, so he can't get into it. So he's trying to blow up the cavern to fall all the crucifixes so
oh,
he can get
that
his
was it.
hands on
Yeah,
the amulet.
that was it. Yeah.
Funny, and I thought when I watched it, well, I watched it yesterday, obviously, but I watched for Shadowbrook Road stood in my head for something, but apparently it's not. There's a new movie coming out called Shadowbrook Road.
All
That is
right.
a horror movie. Well, that's just pure coincidence. But I always thought it was like a reference to something else, but apparently
Yeah.
it's not. It's just a cool wee name.
There you go. And then they use garlic to escape Dracula, so they're using their all their meta knowledge, their knowledge from movies and stuff. Because I
What
love
sort
the
of
way
good
they
stuff?
quiz each other on monsters,
Yeah.
and then
But what was the garlic in?
it was I can't remember.
Slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Horace had it in his pocket in tinfoil. And no garlic, so Dracula's trying, and he just goes bang because the kids get the amulet.
Yeah.
Sean grabbed it, and Dracula grabs him, is trying to bite him, and then he hits him in the face with a garlic pizza.
And the garlic burns his face a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, see, as you're talking about dark stuff, it's a burn. It's not like you can see it. It's like Walking Dead when Negan burns some of the faces of people that to teach them a lesson. The scars there.
Yeah, it's a vicious burn. Um, so the Monster Squad, they have the amulet, and I think someone says you need to head to somewhere where there's lots of people or where people
Yeah,
kind of come together or something like that. So they decide to head to the church with the magic amulet. Um, on their way there, I like how they defeat the mummy, where like
isn't it?
the mummy's on the back of the vehicle and they put a bit of his bandage on an arrow and shoot the arrow into a tree, and he starts unraveling as
Yeah,
the thing is driving. I
in
thought
rap.
that was pretty cool.
So technically, all somebody has to do is get the wraps on the skull and reanimate him in a future movie. But just saying,
Maybe.
technically.
Yeah. And Dracula shows
But
up to Sean's house and he blows up the clubhouse. And then this
yeah,
bit as well is like another intense scene that's maybe a bit much for kids, where Dracula blows up the cop car uh,
I with the cop in it.
with the cop in it, exactly.
But that whole scene. I mean, earlier on, the monsters have been scary-ish up to this point, but not you would like ripping people's throats out and stuff.
Yeah.
But now,
Now
and
you're
like you've had
starting
that,
to.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you've had that scene where Frankenstein, they give him the mask, and he gets upset because he goes, "Am I scary?" And you sort of go, "Oh, you just want to hug Frankenstein. You're not scary."
Yeah.
You know what, that you've got that empathy because he's friends with Phoebe, and her and him just have a good connection that isn't really expanded on, but there's enough there to make you feel sorry for him. Do you know that sort of way?
Yeah, I would have
But
liked to
when
have seen.
Dracula,
I would have liked to seen a scene where like it shows him coming around to her or something like that, because
yeah,
it's all just a bit like he shows up and then he's friends with them, and I would have liked more there, like dig into that a
yeah.
little bit more, like.
But when and then you get to see Dracula. Dracula is a badass, and he's played by Duncan
Drunken,
Reger,
drunken,
who is
yeah.
very famous. He was in V as well
No
as one of
way!
the
Surprise,
as the
surprise.
power. I know, running about in the black shirt that was open to his navel as one of the lizards, but he was also Zorro
Hmm.
in the TV, so he's still going. You see him on Facebook all the time. I follow him on Facebook.
He's
Um,
he's a good
and
he's a good pick for Dracula.
Wait, do you want a bit of trivia? Do you know who the other person that auditioned for Dracula was and didn't get it?
Ooh, who's that?
This'll change your perception of the Monster Squad.
Yeah,
The big man from Ballymena.
who's that? I'm
Who's the
blanking.
big man? Liam
I'm blanking. Who are we talking about? I'm blanking.
Neeson.
Oh, right.
Go away, you heathen.
I mean, I don't know.
Liam Neeson. What?
I'd have to see it.
Yeah, and do you know what? He actually got it twice. So he was up for it and didn't get it. They went with Duncan, and then that scene where he blows up the house, he was supposed to be the body double or the stunt double for Duncan Reger.
Hmm.
And then they didn't bother with it. So Liam lost out twice on Monster Squad as Dracula. I think that'd have been awesome,
Yeah, could you be like,
but he's not as good.
he's like, give me that amulet or I will find you.
Yeah, yeah. And
I,
but your man Duncan Reger is very good as Dracula.
I thought he was well
He's
cast.
he's got that je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
And as you'll see later, that now he's starting to get fucking badass.
He's
When he's no
in
remorse about blowing that up with a
in
kid. He didn't, doesn't really know if the kid's going to therapy. He doesn't care.
he's
Doesn't care about murdering the cop. It's just
he's
bang
he's
and nothing
intimidating
can
and
stop him.
sophisticated at the same time.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is kind of where it's like, okay, things are getting serious. Like the fear factor
yeah,
ramps up a little bit, and it's like,
yeah.
people are getting killed. Like he just blows a guy up in a car. It's like pretty
And the
intense,
body
pretty
count,
frightening.
body count gets bigger. Funny
Yeah,
enough, which I didn't forget, not forgot, but didn't really realize till last night when I was rewatching it. It does get bigger.
yeah,
So I think, is this a kid's film?
yeah, exactly. If you showed some of these scenes in just isolation, it wouldn't look like it's from a kids' movie.
No, yeah. There's one scene coming up which I was talking to a friend of mine about, and he says there's no way I could show my 7-year-old because she would have nightmares. She'd freak out. But
Yeah,
we'll get to that thing.
I think kids' movies in the '80s were more likely to kind of push things out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But kids love that. That's the thing. I mean, as
yeah,
teenagers, as kids, we were sneaking the horror movies in the American Werewolf in London, and the thing we heard about the thing from the older boys are going, yeah, the dog's head explodes. You're going, oh, the dog's head explodes,
yeah,
and you're sort of like, you're fearful, but you have to go and see it to
yeah,
see what the big boys are talking about. So
yeah.
kids are more resilient people think, but they're at the same time. I wouldn't show them Saw or Hostel or anything like that.
No.
But Monster
Um,
Squad, I think, even after a certain age,
yeah,
before they watch it.
I do think kids can handle more than people give them credit for,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I do wish
definitely.
that like some kids would maybe tackle maybe some more difficult subject matter and stuff because
Mm,
there's some great kids movies who kind of they go into a lot of interesting things, and it's just everything now is just very safe, I guess. But
yeah.
all right, so they're all at the church, and they have to get a virgin to read from the book. So they picked up one of the Monster Squad guys' sister who claimed to be a virgin, and we
Hmm.
find out that she might have been telling porcupines.
Oh,
um,
even that scene was funny.
yeah.
Dorked. Have you ever been dorked?
I was like, what the fuck? I as well, like, when they said, oh, we're going to need a virgin, I'm like, well, surely all of yous are. So,
Is it not a virgin girl though?
I don't know. I don't remember
I
them
thought because
specifying.
I thought that because the opening scene where Van Helsing had the girl. I think it's a girl that has to read the book.
Right. But it's never said out loud, is it?
No, no,
Right.
it's just sort of an assumption there.
Yeah, yeah, we can infer that. And yeah, the monsters arrive, and I like the scene where Sean and his dad. I like the relationship between them two, but
Yeah,
they work together to blow up the werewolf. And I really like this because obviously you have to use silver to kill the werewolf, so he blows up, and like you're like, surely that's the end of the werewolf, but no, his body parts start coming back together, and I thought that was awesome. That's a great idea.
but
Like,
and again, you sort of there's no holding back. You can see the blown up body parts. Like it's not shielded for the kids. You see the
no,
arm and the blood and all hanging out of it. Um, and it is a great stunt as well.
yeah, and we
Because
see
remember, the reason that they're up there is because Dracula was flying in the shape of a bat, and Sean's dad shoots him, so he smashes into that building's window,
and
and then when they go up,
you see him kind of half changed, which is pretty
yeah,
gnarly
half
looking.
bat. Do you remember we were talking about that in Demeter? It's that version of Dracula. I love to see that animal, the demon
Yeah,
version, and like Gary Oldman was, um, but you get to see it, and it's effective. You're sort
yeah,
of looking at it, go, what sort of yeah? So again, that's an early thing for the kids, but they would sort of require a wee bit, I think, at the Dracula, the state of him, but then be all excited because the werewolf got blew up.
yeah. And we also see brides of Dracula, and Rudy's taken them out with wooden arrows, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
And then he later shoots the Wolfman with a silver bullet, and
yeah,
Wolfman turns back to human form, and he's like, "Thank you,"
yeah.
because he's now free from this curse.
The curse, because that's a nice tie back to
Yeah,
when Rudy was inducted in. How do you kill a werewolf? I was told you silver was the only way to kill a werewolf.
yeah. I mean that scene's pretty dark as well
Yeah,
when he
I mean,
kills.
technically, he's just murdered a man. And he's just
Yeah,
murdered. Well, there's a wee mistake. So, you know why there's. Remember, we were talking about three. Why I never understood the logic of vampires. Why they would take virgins and put them in white dresses and let them swoon about the place. Um, there's the three girls in this that come up the street. And at that point, you've lost the mummy. You think, oh, that's right, there's one down, but there's still another three in addition. Rudy only shoots two. Because if you look, I only noticed this last night, and I thought for years he shot them all. But there's actually
say that again.
it doesn't show him kill all three on screen. It only shows him killing two.
Did he
But
shoot
again, you have
two?
to assume.
Did he shoot two with arrows, and then he stabbed one when she got close?
No, he fired one arrow and then stabbed one once you get close, but the other
Oh,
one's behind her.
oh, okay.
So it again, when we're talking about inserting wee lines, the sort of, or even in this case, a wee shot of three bodies lying.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
it's a slight misstep, but you sort of, but again, you don't care. You've just seen
Yeah.
the werewolf blow up.
Yeah.
You've seen the mummy come unraveled,
Yeah.
and now you're about to see the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I didn't notice that. That's a good catch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it turns out the virgin is not a virgin. She said she did sleep with someone, but she goes, ah, but he doesn't count. They're
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
Steve, but he doesn't count.
I thought that was funny. Um, so they turn to the little girl, and the German guy from earlier is going to help her read out of the book
Yeah,
and
because we Eugene
banish all the
does a
monsters.
great line.
Go for it.
Eugene goes, "Is she not a virgin?"
Yeah. Well, I had to rewind it because I didn't know if I just misheard him or if he said
Yeah,
it on
a
purpose.
virgin, and that's a nice thing too because it wouldn't be right for kids know too much these days, but in 1985 they really didn't. So for him to say the word virgin would have been, no, change that to something. So it's a child's perspective,
Mm.
which fits in nicely with everything else.
There's
But again,
a
Eugene
there's a line
saves the
earlier
day.
where is it the little girl Phoebe where she's going up to the clubhouse and they're saying no girls allowed and all this, and she said, "Mom says that's prescription or something like that,"
Okay.
but she means discrimination, and it's very funny. The way she
But
delivers it is
genius.
brilliant.
It's genius, it really is. But Eugene's the hero of the film. Again, I really it wasn't until last night rewatching it after all this time that you realize Sean's not Sean's peripheral really. It's Eugene that saves the day, along with Phoebe.
Right? Is Eugene? He's Bud, is he
No, who's Bud?
from Married with Children?
Oh, Married Children, yeah. We
Yeah.
Eugene.
Um, this bit is great. So this really shows off how scary Dracula is. So
Yeah.
Dracula's walking towards the girl, and there's cops trying to stop him, and he's just calmly walking forward, and he's like just nonchalantly defeating the cops one after one as they come at him,
Yeah.
and then he grabs the girl by the head and lifts her up off the ground, and he says, "Give me the amulet, you bitch."
You bitch.
It's like,
And he hisses on her face. And it's that moment beforehand where he runs his finger around her face, no, as if, oh, look at the little girl, and then he just picks her up and he
yeah,
does that. That's the scene that my mate won't. That's why he won't let his kid watch it, because
right,
that is a freaky scene. It sort of makes me feel uncomfortable.
right.
Um,
I'm not
just
sure if I
watching the
was
kid.
young and I seen that, I probably would have just laughed, but I don't know because it's
Yeah,
very funny.
yeah, it is. It's just a bitch, but it just
Yeah,
again shows that brilliant performance. 1 minute Drag is so kind and looks so well, and next thing he's the teeth is out and give me a bitch and that lovely green glow.
yeah,
You know the lighting, so it's really well done, and that to me is one of the most frightening parts.
yeah. Yes, yeah, definitely. And then Frankenstein miraculously shows up to save the girl just in time. We're like,
But
okay,
to be fair, they never when Eugene and Horace tried to get him out. Sean says, "No, leave him. He died to save us." And I'm going, seriously, somebody vote him out. He'd be like, fucking,
no,
we need a new leader. Brett Eugene and his leader. So it wasn't really a surprise for me that Frankie would turn back up.
oh yeah, I knew he would. It's just, yeah,
Yeah,
it's just not like the best constructed. But yeah. So Frankenstein shows up to save her, and then they do everything they need to do to open the portal, and then Dracula gets sucked into the portal. But so does Frank, and it's all sad. And Phoebe's like, "No, Frank, no." And then like all
that
the
was
monsters
sad.
have been defeated, and then and then the army show up,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Well,
"We're the
we missed
monsters."
we missed the death of the creature from the Black Lagoon
Oh yeah, what happened to him again?
and Horace's redemption. So Horace is the
Yes.
fat kid who's been bullied all through his film. So the creature from Black Lagoon jumps off from the sewers and is going after Horace, and he's trying to get into the diner, and his bullies won't let him in. So there's a dead cop at his feet. So
Yeah.
he lifts his rifle and points at the gill man, and then shoots him and point blank in the chest. And when the gill man falls, you can see it. His chest is open. Again, there's no holding back on the wounds.
Yeah.
And then the bullies come out. Oh, fat kid! And he says, "My name is Horace," and does that thing with a. It's almost like the movie poster for was it Raw Deal for
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? It was like that, and then the when Frank impaled Dracula on the railings of the church, that was,
Yeah.
I think, um, I remember one of the Christopher Reeve Draculas either ended like that or started like that, where
Right.
they had him on one of the metal spikes. I think it ended on that, to be honest, but I can't remember which one. So there's lots
Yeah.
again, lots of little nuances, and Phoebe going, "You guys,"
Yeah.
it's Goonies, so it's all fun, and it is awful sad. But then Frankie gets her wee bunny cuddly toy or whatever it is, bunny rabbit or
Keep
dog or
him
something.
company in limbo wherever
Keep
they
him
are.
company, where because Van Helsing comes out, grabs Dracula, and it's all over. And I just thought, when the cars started flying, I just thought, good luck to you claiming that in your insurance. You're not
Yeah.
getting that one back. Sorry, car company, but it was sucked into a limbo. I don't know where my car is.
Right. So,
But it's
M-
so much fun.
Monster
So
Squad.
much fun.
What's the final verdict, Owen? What's your final verdict on Monster Squad? Do you recommend this film?
Yeah, yeah. If
I
you want a film that's fun, doesn't take too much thought, you want to see all the monsters together. See, Van Helsing, if you remember, Van Helsing tried this and it didn't really work. But even though I do like Van Helsing, it didn't really work. But Monster Squad works, even though it's thin, even though you can say there's certain things it could do better, but for what it is, it works really well. It's just an entertaining hour and a half
yeah. I mean,
that you'll leave smiling.
I would recommend it for a bit of fun. As you said, it's not going to
Yeah.
tax your brain. I think
No.
the characters and dialogue are good for the
Yeah.
most part. Some of the characters are very thin, and there's not much in the way of arcs or anything like that.
No.
There's some really good humor in it, and it's really fun to see all these monsters in one movie. It's got an interesting tone. You know, at times feels very much like a kids' movie, but other times it feels
And there's
quite
a dog.
intense.
But then is that not like a kid's world at that age anyway?
Mm.
Say take Phoebe and Eugene, everything's happy, but there's all these dark things going on in the background, like parents arguing and bad things happening in the world, like concentration camps and things like that. So it's almost as if that bad stuff's outside of their perceptions until and all they see is the monsters when they come, so they have to be beaten.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
yeah. I think the
But funny.
go on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think the weakest part of the movie is the plot. I think it's
Yeah.
the plot is a little bit all over the place, and there's kind of things that just happen, and it's not the best constructed plot by any means.
No,
But I think you'll have a bit of fun watching this.
it does work though.
It's a it'd be a fun one to throw on at Halloween, and even with like young teens, or you'd have to judge it yourself by whether you think certain kids could handle it. That's kind of up to you, but I do think it's a very fun movie, and um, yeah, it's and the final showdown at the end is very entertaining, where the monster squad are taking out the monsters. But
That's what makes me smile.
yeah, I
That's what
mean,
makes me smile.
I had fun
And
watching
laugh.
it. I definitely I'm glad I watched it. But in terms of
Yeah.
writing, there's nothing fantastic going on.
No, it does what it says on the tin. How do you bring back five classic Universal monsters without being over convoluted?
Yeah, I mean, as I
Right. Like,
said, I think the plot is the weakest part for sure.
yeah. But you know, I love crossovers. Love crossovers.
Yeah,
And like, if you remember, Abbott and Costello meet Dracula.
I've never seen it, but
Remember that?
I've heard of
You've
it.
never seen it? Oh, you have to see that because you've got the Wolfman, you've got Dracula, you've got Frankenstein, and again, it's like Monster Squad. It's so funny and it's telling, and then you've got the Invisible Man at the end, the Vincent Price. It's just that's the way to do it. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Is that's the way a crossover should be done. But funny, the other movie or TV series it should be that this was supposedly people are putting allegories to is it, because again you got the gang kids, the fat kids, uh, the 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 girl, blah blah blah. But you also had in it you had a vampire, you had a werewolf,
mm,
you had creature in the sewer. So they say, oh, it's very much shades of that, but no, I think that's a
not.
stretch.
Yeah, yeah, they're very different.
Goonies, yeah,
Even
very
like
different. Goonies.
thematically, they're very different and all. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I just thought that's too much of a stretch. You're just trying to link things which aren't there.
Yeah.
But Monster Squad, I've watched it. I can't even tell you how many times, and
Right.
every time I have fun with it.
Yeah, I definitely had fun with it. Just
Mhm.
as we said before, if you're looking for something to tax your brain, this isn't it. But
No,
and there's some stuff in there which they dug into a little bit more with the characters, but some really good lines, some really good fun scenes. I liked
some scary scenes.
some very scary and intense scenes. Yeah.
Mm.
So overall, I would say give it a watch. It's good fun, bit of
Yeah.
fun. Don't
Don't
take don't
don't
take it so
don't
seriously.
no. Don't leave this life without watching it. Go for it. You have to watch it.
All right, so that was the Monster Squad. Is it Monster Squad or the Monster Squad?
I think it's the Monster Squad.
The Monster Squad. Are you surprised this never got a sequel?
Um, no, because in those days it was very much. I think it was to do with box office, which is why The Thing never got a sequel. And it's a film that is crying. It is crying for sequel. And it's not because the end mystery of who's human, who's alien. But I think with it's like the Goonies. That's it. That's your adventure. You don't need a sequel. You don't need a sequel to Monster Squad. Because where do you go from there? The
Yeah.
biggest. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's easy, and rightly, anything can be written, and it could all be brought back from the dead as they are so many times in the
Would you
past.
have
Is
liked
that what
to
they
have
are?
would you have liked to have seen a sequel with a different bunch of monsters?
What other monsters is there?
Well, you got, I guess, the Invisible Man, you got gargoyles, you got
Oh,
um
you mean
in
being
terms of
different
like
sex completely?
iconic, who'd be like the next in line in terms of iconic monsters?
I'd probably be the Bride of Frankenstein.
Hmm.
No, her with the big Marge Simpson looking
Yeah.
like her.
Yeah.
I think because funny, I follow the Universal Monsters on Instagram. And it's all, when we were in Florida, there is a Universal Monsters cafe, and on the top is the five monsters, which is what was just saying the film Dracula, Frankenstein, Creature, Mummy, and the Wolfman. Those are the five big ones that are associated with it. Anything beyond that would be probably Visible Man, Bride
Do-
of Frankenstein,
Dr. Jekyll, maybe?
Doctor Jekyll is another one, right enough. Hunchback, maybe.
Hmm.
Well, he's a hero, isn't
He's more of a
he?
hero, yeah.
I'm trying to think of that one they did with Tom Cruise. It was really bad.
The
Remember they went
Mummy.
to Doctor Jekyll's lab?
That was the
Yeah,
Mummy, yeah.
yeah, and it had the creature from Black Lagoon's hand in a jar. But it was
Yeah.
like all these things. You're sort of looking to see what the Easter eggs are.
They were
And
trying to
outside that, I can't.
that one they were trying to start the dark universe kind
Yeah,
of shared cinematic
yeah.
universe.
It just didn't work.
Didn't work
Sorry,
at all. No.
no. But Johnny Depp is ready to do Invisible Man.
Is he?
He was, I at that point. Jay was ready to do Invisible Man.
Oh.
But it just didn't work. But the problem, the problem is, how do you beat something like The Mummy with Brendan Fraser?
That's a great movie.
Yeah, you know what? I actually love all three, even the third one. But how
I
do you
can't
match
remember
that
the
with Tom Cruise?
I can't remember the third one as clearly, but I remember really
Uh,
liking one, enjoying two, I think. One is the freshest in my memory.
yeah, it was a great movie.
Oh, I
A
think
great
it's
movie.
really good, yeah.
How do you improve on that by putting Tom Cruise instead of Brendan Fraser and not even doing a cameo?
Hmm.
It just doesn't. It's like somebody. No way. You see now on Facebook all these. You don't even know what's a real freaking movie trailer anymore or a real movie poster because they do all this AI stuff.
Yeah.
But somebody put Jason Statham in the Thing sequel,
Right.
and you sort of go, no. Much
Hmm.
as we love you, Jason, yeah, that's not where you belong.
I don't think he suits that,
That
no.
No, he definitely doesn't. It was funny. There was something I was watching the other night. Oh, I know. Joey. Well, we'll see what everybody else thinks, but Pedro Pascal is not Reed Richards.
I haven't seen it.
Sorry, I seen it. He's not Reed Richards.
You'll have to share your thoughts off air, and then maybe we'll do a thing about it
Hmm.
rather than giving our thoughts here. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Oh no, that's all I'm saying about that one. Yeah, just
Yeah.
it's just on the topic of people that I think are miscast. That's one of them. And who else was miscast? Shia LaBeouf.
Has there ever been someone who you thought that's horribly miscast, but they've turned out to be really good? One for me was
Um,
certainly Heath Ledger. I was like, what? He's playing the Joker, but obviously he turned out to be incredible.
well, since Heath Ledger though, I've sort of got to the point. It was after I sort of went, well, if I was so clever and I know so much, I should be the people up making that movie. So they know to a degree what they're doing. Um, so you gotta have to trust their judgment. And I think with Chris Nolan, you don't even question his judgment apart from Tenet. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking about that. But
I
yeah, Heath
couldn't
Ledger would have been one.
yeah, I couldn't finish Tenet. I just wasn't enjoying
No.
it at all.
George Clooney, Batman.
Yeah, and he was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy that movie for what it is. I know it annoys people, but it's you can't take it seriously at all.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not one of these ones that sort of go, "Oh, I'm not watching that because fuck off, just watch it."
Yeah.
It's Batman.
It harkens
Yeah,
back to the
it's
Adam
freaking
West.
Batman.
It harkens back to the Adam West era.
And it is that old thing, right? That I keep saying, like, you never know what you're gonna. Do you know what I mean? If you just not watch anything, um, then you're never going to find the hidden gems,
Yeah,
and that's just the bottom line.
there you go. We shall end on that. So Monster Squad, if you haven't seen it, give it a watch. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah,
It's not going to stretch your brain, but it's a bit of fun. And I
it's got
think
a great song in the middle of it, "Rock Until You Drop."
there you go. Right, if you want to check out my work, you can follow me on Instagram at Stephen Carey Stories, and there will be a link to my work in the description. There should be an image popping up there of my latest horror novel, Miles and Mary Ashbury. So give that a look if you like some extreme horror. And Owen, what is your latest release? What are you
My
working
really,
on? What's been
my
out and what have you been working on?
what's out is "The Wolves of Chernobyl" and other stories. And I'm working on "When Angels Burn" and other stories.
These are all
Um,
in the Time Warriors universe,
in the
correct?
Time Warrior series, yeah,
Yeah.
we're now into over 50 stories,
Wow. Over how
which
many
I didn't
books?
realize. Over 11.
Wow, that's incredible.
Excuse
That's
me.
really good.
Yeah, so that's longer than some bloody TV series get these days. And I just thought, it's all right.
So
I'm
how
not
would
finished
you
by a long shot.
what would your elevator pitch be for the Time Warriors? If you had 10 seconds to explain to someone why they should read it, what would it be?
Kind of told me a software.
No,
10
no,
seconds.
we'll say, you've just been put on the spot. Someone goes, "Tell me what the hell is that book about?" Go for it.
Doctor Who is dead. Meet the new gang.
So it's very much inspired by Doctor Who.
It was actually meant to be a Doctor Who script from 1980 something. Um, but the other tagline for mine is "Space is no longer the final frontier."
Nice. So if you like your Doctor Who, go check that out. There'll be a
Yeah,
link in the description to Owen's website. So check out the
that's
Time
much
Warriors.
better.
Check out Miles and Mary Ashbury. It's been getting really good feedback. It's grim. It's dark. If you like a story that just focuses on characters and all kinds of extreme shenanigans, go check it out. All right, Owen, we'll be back next week, won't we? Probably.
We will.
We will. We
Can't
will.
tell a bad thing,
You can't.
as we saw with the werewolf.
We're like the werewolf. We just keep putting ourselves back together and
Yeah, we'll be
doing our
back.
thing. All right. Thanks very much for listening, everyone, and bye bye.
Bye.